so scary. Today I am going to be doing a creepy experience or scary occasions that have happened in my life. Just to be clear, I do not personally believe in all these occasions or believe that there is supernatural beings or paranormal things, because I'm not that type of person, and I believe in the Bible. So I believe in Jesus. So I've had really weird things happen to me. It's just like, what? And it's something that's incredibly strange to me. Do I believe that this is like paranormal or anything? No. But I do find these occasions weird, which is why I'm going to be sharing them with you guys today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about 4 different occasions. I will update more on this because I've had a lot of creepy occasions, and I'm going to also be sharing some of the stories my mom has told me, like creepy stories from her childhood. So yeah. The first one is called The Dream of My Entire Day. I remember going to sleep, and in the dream I woke up. I had an entire day. It was a normal day. I got ready for school, I left, I greeted my friends like I usually do. I went to the music room to hang out. Then I went to class and chilled out with my friends, and I went to class, I went to my classes, went to lunch. It was just like a regular day in the dream. And I remember coming back home and going to bed. And I wake up, and I believed it was the next day. So I wake up, and I think this was I thought that the dream happened on Wednesday. And I wake up, and I get ready and all that stuff in the same clothing from the dream. And I thought, okay, this is weird. Because whenever I get ready, before at the time, I used to grab the first things I saw in my closet, put it on, and leave. That's pretty much how I got ready every morning. But it was a bit strange to me. I was like, okay, this is just a coincidence. And to keep in mind, I actually thought that it was the next day. So I get my phone, and I'm walking to school, and I look at my phone, and it says Wednesday. And I was like, isn't it Thursday? And I'm just confused, and I keep walking, and I greet my friends, and I'm just like, this also happened in the dream. What is going on? Afterwards, I go to the music room, and it's a normal day, and all the events that happen in the dream also happen in real life. So I was like, dang, I'm having an immense deja vu right now. It was just really, really creepy and just weird, and I'm just like, okay. So that was very strange to me. The second one that I'm going to be talking about is called The Man in the Attic, and it was actually another dream. I remember that me and my parents were moving into this new house in the dream, and it was a 2-story house with an attic. So I don't understand why in particular I dreamt of an attic, because I've never seen an attic in my life. I've never gone into one. And I don't know, I think it was because I remember that night that I was watching scary stories, and I think there was one called The Man in the Attic. So, I remember my mom saying, oh, whatever you do, do not go in the attic. And of course, as any curious person, you'd be like, what is she hiding in the attic? And little by little, I started being tempted. There was stuff going on upstairs, and I was just like, what is going on up there? And I would just get impatient. So one day I was curious in the dream, and I got up and waited till everyone was sleeping to go up to the attic. And when I go to the attic in the dream, it's a torture room, and I'm just like, oh my god, I see blood all over the floor. I see my brothers being like killed. And I always thought that was really, really weird, because I'm just like, my brothers? What? So I was terrified, and I was planning to go back down. And so like, I literally am looking like this, trying to get back and getting out of there, and I feel something grab me, and it tightens around my waist and puts me against the table, and I feel as if something was cutting deep into me, and I hear this like weird laugh, and I'm just like, oh gee. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And I feel like as if something is really cutting deeply into my skin. And at the moment I scream and I wake up, and I'm just like, oh my god. And I remember that I instantly, when I woke up, I looked at my stomach to see if I had any marks or anything, and nothing was there. And I was just like, thank Jesus. What would make it even creepy is if I actually had a mark there, because then I'd be like, okay, that maybe wasn't fake. So the third one is actually not a dream. It's something that is really weird, which is why I'm putting it to the creepies list. There was, when I first moved into this house with my parents and stuff like that, we had a dog and everything. The place sort of felt strange to me. I felt a bad vibe. It was just like in The Guy in the Attic, but this was real life. As soon as I walked into this house, I remember my mom telling me that the owner that had this house previously died. And I was just like, okay, that's something you shouldn't be saying to a child, but okay. And this was about 4 or 5 years ago when I first got into the house. This room wasn't like this before. It wasn't even my room. I had to sleep with my brother. After a while, my mom gave me this room. My first few months that I had this room, it felt sort of strange to me. I felt like I was being watched. I felt like I was never alone in my room. I felt like as if there was someone else. I wouldn't be able to sleep without the light on. I would always sleep with a nightlight because I got a weird vibe from this place, and I'm just like, I don't think I like this place. So I was petrified out of my mind when I first got here. It was really, really creepy to me, and I do remember on one occasion that I felt like there was someone in my closet, and I got so terrified that I instantly turned on the light and opened it. And I also remember that in the beginning of this, whenever it was the nighttime and everyone was sleeping, my room is like all the way in the front of the house, and the rest of the rooms are in the back. So I remember that I would get out and I would hear something say, "Come with me," and I'm just like, you talking to me? It was as if I would hear someone calling me, and I'm just like, let me not go in that way. So hasta la vista, you know, like, you know what I meant. So yeah, the fourth creepy occasion that happened to me was the door at Grandma's house. I call it the door at Grandma's house because I find it really weird. So this was a couple of years ago when I went to Puerto Rico, and it's been a while since I've actually been there. Puerto Rico is a very beautiful place, but the only creepy place that I know is my grandma's house. So I remember my cousins and I did at the time believe in paranormal things, so yeah. And it was really strange occasion to me because I remember that I was in the living room watching TV. Now, if you guys do not know, television over there sucks to me because when like everything's in Spanish, almost there are no shows that are in English. There's not much entertainment over at my grandma's house, so it was sort of a little bit boring to me. So I remember pretty much that I was in the living room with my brother Angel, and we were watching TV, and my cousin, he all of a sudden runs out of the bathroom, and he's just like, I'm not going over there. And I was just like, what? And he's like, there's some demon or something in the room. He was freaking out because the door closed by itself. Now, us being complete idiots, I was a little bit skeptical, but at the same time I wasn't. He was way too scared to actually go into the room, and it was his room. So I go into the room, and I have a knife and these headphone things, like, I don't know, we were complete idiots. And we were just crawling in, checking it, and we see that the curtains are moving. And so I was just like, oh, the window's just open. So I closed the window, and instantly I checked the closet, and I was like, there's nothing there, so just stop. So we walk out and he goes back to brushing his teeth. And again, I hear the door slam and we're just like, what? So I see at the moment that the door slams, my cousin, I thought it was my cousin, and my cousin, he comes out of the bathroom and he just like looking at us, and I was just like, oh my god, when that happened. And I know that usually I don't say that saying, I try to avoid saying it because I don't like calling God in a time like this, but still, it was so creepy. So what my cousin did, he was like, I'll prove to you that there's something paranormal going into that, happening in that room. Me being my skeptical little self, I was just like, yeah, sure. And he downloads an app, and I was just like, oh, this guy's an idiot downloading an app. At the time, he had a phone, so yeah. He downloads this app in which it says that it can detect if ghosts are close by. Me being the stupid little person I am, I actually believed that this app could detect a ghost. And we saw, but the strangest thing, and it was like, I thought it was pure coincidence. The phone app started beeping. We were walking by, and the beeping of it got louder. And it sort of like had a dot thing saying that the room next to us had something in it. So he's just like, ha, I proved it to you. And I was like, this is just pure coincidence, okay? Door slamming can happen because of the wind. And he came along and told me that it wasn't because of the wind, because he closed the window. And I was just like, okay. And yep, that's my grandma. That's her house that we were in. And it was very, very strange coincidence. I don't know if it's a coincidence. I don't know if it was real. But it was freaking creepy. So, yeah. Leave down in the comments if you've had any creepy occasions happen to you. And yeah, I'll probably update and put more creepy things or more creepy stories that have happened and all that stuff. So, bye! Wait, no, that's rude. No, so leave down any creepy occasions, and if you guys do leave creepy occasions, I probably will read some from the comment section, and I'll probably read some from the comment section, or talk about more experiences that my mom has had that are really, really creepy. So, love you guys.